Welcome to a brand new podcast. And as always, this is the Oracle 19. And my name is Mr. Greatness. For any business inquiries, if you want to put your brand on this platform, if you want to promote your business, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's the same email if you want to make a free will offering through our PayPal account. Again, that's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And you can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. That's our online shopping mall where we have a whole wide range of different products, from jewelry, cologne, perfume, men's, kids, ladies' clothing, house products, and much more. Over 20,000 different products. So that's www.evolutionoflondon.com. And you also could check out evolutionoflondon.org. Here you'll find custom clothes, accessories, and digital art or digital products such as ebooks for personal as well as business use. So again, that's evolutionoflondon.org. And finally, evolutionoflondon.store, STORE. There you'll find clothing, DVDs, I should say more clothing, games, lotions, soaps, and more accessories. So that's www.evolutionoflondon.store. We have different links to other affiliates. www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. You will see other links to our affiliate marketing, so you can support us that way. And we do have a Patreon channel, which we have videos that is not posted on YouTube, digital artwork, and we do consulting services as well. So that's www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 100% soy wax, 12-ounce jars, from scented to unscented. Now, the scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, vanilla, just to name a few. So if you want to place an order for these luxury candles, you can email the company at royalty9international@gmail.com. Again, that's royalty9international@gmail.com. And you can also find the company through social media, Royalty 9 International on Instagram and TikTok. So you can like, subscribe, and support them that way. And also, just to let you know, is burning time, over 35 plus hours of burning time for each of these candles. So it's very good quality candles. Again, Royalty 9 International. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book a consultation, email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. Again, that's healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. And you can also support his merch, www.jaaccessories.com, for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. Music. Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. He have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his platform, you see his other social media sites. So like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And continue to train on YouTube. Again, I like to thank y'all guys for showing your love and passing information worldwide as we climbing, we progressing on the Greatness 19 channel and getting close to 700 shows. 700. So again, a lot of content is on there. So again, thank you guys. Thank you for your support, passing the information. And if you haven't, pass information to your family, friends, and foe worldwide, because we're trying to expand this machine, the Greatness 19 channel, as well as Mr. Evolution of London, our health and wellness channel. So I need your guys to spread the word out about the Mr. Evolution of London channel, and you can find it on the Greatness 19 page. So you subscribe to both. And again, thank you. DJ Panthro. DJ Panthro is an international DJ. So if you want to book for him to come to your venue, email him at djpanthro519@gmail.com. Again, that's DJ Panthro, PANTHRO 519@gmail.com. And you can also find him on social media. That's YouTube, DJ Panthro 519, Instagram, and Tickety Talk. I call it TikTok, but I call it Tickety Talk. DJ Panthro 519, or his bonus platform on TikTok, The Real DJ Panthro. That's the Real DJ Panthro. You can find him there as well. So again, DJ Panthro. Cindy's Place. She has custom clothes, accessories, digital products as well. So definitely support her brand. www.cindysplace.org. Again, that's www.cindysplace.org. Now the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Spotify for podcasters, Google, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned would be on those platforms. So definitely you can check the Oracle 19 or Rumble. We can't forget that. Rumble.com. Just type in the Oracle 19. Like, subscribe, and share to that platform as well as we expand worldwide there also. The Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London. Of course, those are on YouTube. And finally, www.theoracle19radio.com. All right. So, again, I always give my perspective of different topics. Good, bad, up and down. But today is going to be interesting. We're going to get sci-fi with you. Sci-fi. We're going to take you to the Twilight Zone. Because I talked about this topic. Aliens are here. Yes, aliens are here. Now you might say, Mr. Greatness, you off the wall, you bugging, you not true, I don't believe, I never seen, I don't know. Have you seen? You don't know. Have it touched you? And all of this stuff, pause. Yeah, all of this. So I'm going to take you to a fantasy island here and let you decide. Well, I tell you one thing, the government is putting it out there because there's so many alien sightings every minute, every day, all around the world. So the world can't be lying. Pilots, military people, flying all over the place, and they clearly coming back and explain. It's so many sightings by people, pilots, as I just mentioned, and military people. You can't, Air Force, Navy, Army, Marines, Coast Guards. It's just not only throughout the United States, but around the world. Every day, there's a sighting. Every day. And you can see it's posted on social media every day, every week, every month. Somebody is seeing something. That's how interesting it's become now. See, sightings, you say 50, 60 years ago, you didn't see as much. So it could be a great cover-up. But now, maybe I'm exaggerating saying every day, but certainly every month. I would even go as far as say every week, but let's just play the game and say every month. There's people all over the world that's reporting sightings. And it's gotten bad because it's becoming more prevalent. So I'm going to take you to a fantasy, and we're going to enter to the twilight zone. And I'm going to spew out certain things that is going to be off the wall, okay? It's going to be off the wall to you. And it might even sound I'm going a little crazy. But I'm not. Very sane. But I'm going to just walk with me. Now, you can go on YouTube, and there was a congressional hearing 6 months ago. You can go, it was publicized on USA Today, CBS, Global News in Canada. Different news channels picked up on this congressional hearing where a former naval pilot, Ryan Graves, retired U.S. Navy Commander David Faber, and then formal intelligence officer David Grush. No, if I'm chopping up his name, Grusch. They testified of multiple decades of secret UFO programs, what they have seen, documents that they can't disclose, cover-ups by the government. Just watch the hearing and you decide. It's all over YouTube. A U.S. congressional hearing that outright talks that is confirmed. They have seen it. And the Pentagon mentioned that last year as well. You go and Google this. The government, actually, the U.S. government put it out there, confirmed it. Already put up the white flag and said, yes, there is aliens. We got documents on that. Yes, we spotted it. Meetings with extraterrestrials. Secret meetings with extraterrestrials. It's put out there. The government already put out the white flag. But you know what? They make evil fair seeming. It's like good. They make good and bad into bad and bad into good. They put the information out there because they know most of you won't believe it anyway. So they figure the best way is to put it out there because most of you won't believe it. Most of you won't, number one, research it. You won't Google it. You won't even YouTube it. You just will sit back and say, I don't believe because I never seen an alien in front of me. And people are going to say, well, Mr. Greatness, have you seen it? Have you seen? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I have nothing to say. I'm not going to say yes or no because then that might add on certain things. I don't know if y'all guys ready for that yet. But it's out here. They even talk about government, if you do your research, Google, it take you to other sites. Authors like David Icke talked about this for many years. There's Admiral Byrd, and I talked about aliens on a previous show. Y'all guys need to go back to 2 or 3 years of my chronicles to really see a lot of content that I have. But I talked about this before on the topic about aliens are among us. Some of that nature. I think that was one of the topics, but you need to go back in time. But you have now again. We in the twilight zone because I know most of you is non-believers. So we're going to take you again throughout the twilight zone. Admiral Byrd in the 1940s was trying to, and some of you might know this, some of you might not, was trying to defeat the Third Reich, the German military, because a lot of you thinking that Germany was defeated and Hitler was killed. The United States and the Allies, they destroyed Germany, but not the Third Reich. And there's books that talk about that. The Third Reich had advanced military in South America, as well as Antarctica. Excuse me, in Antarctica. And they had a lot of extraterrestrial technology that they received from different beings, the Nordic beings, Nordic. They received a lot. This is your blonde hair, blue eye, different extraterrestrials, because there's many different extraterrestrials. There are black extraterrestrials who are your elders, your top dogs, called an Anunnaki, which they are made to be white looking, but that's not true. Again, I'm taking you to Fantasy Island here. So again, what do Mr. Greatness know? All right. And there's the Greys, there's the reptilians, and there's a lot of sub-aliens too. There's a whole community of aliens because there's millions and millions of different galaxies. Do you think you're the only one? And again, they come to this earth, they abduct people. That's why you have hundreds of thousands of people missing all throughout the world every year, because the United States government made a deal, and this was in the 1940s, with extraterrestrials to do abduction in exchange for technology. And part of the technology is the cure for cancer, as well as plastic. Yes, plastic. Now, plastic is just a new phenomenon, was brought in 1940s. Plastic is not, modern day plastic is new, but that was a gift from your aliens. Again, what I'm saying is something of Fantasy Island, so don't worry about it. Just listen to the story and laugh at me, because what do Mr. Greatness know? So, back to Admiral Byrd. He was trying to defeat, with his military, courtesy of the United States, they sent him on to trying to find the Third Reich, the German super military and technology, and tried to defeat it. But the technology from Germany was too great, of course, and they defeated Admiral Byrd and his military very quickly. Don't go to sleep yet. Just walk with me. I know it's right now you're like, what's going on? You're laughing at me. But all right, just walk with me. Anyway, he was defeated. But he came back. Went back and then came back again. But he went into the caves and crevices of Antarctica. He stumbled into different beings. Different beings, and there are different cities. Different cities that he landed and observed. Because the cities in the center of the earth, there's two cities, main cities, Shambhala and Aglata. Also, they have different names like Crystal City because it's very bright, very tropical. They have also a sun in that location. They have just like we have a sun, they have a sun too. But that's another history behind it, why a sun is there. It goes back millions and millions of years ago with a crash into the earth. And by the way, you know the earth is not totally round. It's have cracks in it because that's how the moon was once part of the earth. And now, due to the fact that it was a crash, millions of years ago, the earth cracked and part of the planet that now is the moon spurred out the planet Earth. But again, I'm saying so many things and I'm at one time. I know it's going to be over your head, but like I told you, I'm taking you to the twilight zone here. So again, what do Mr. Greatness know? But back to Admiral Byrd. He met different extraterrestrials. It's like a United Kingdom in Shambhala and Aglata. And then he returned back to the USA and reported this information, and he was silenced until he passed away, in which he had a diary explaining this, which was never to be found again. Again, what do Mr. Greatness know? Now, these different beings, you have different beings. Just like you have a United Nations, you have a United Nations of aliens. Greys, reptilians, Anunnaki, which is chairman of the board, per se. And many other different aliens, different shades of colors, green, blue. You have your blonde hair aliens as well. These are just different beings from different galaxies. And they have multiple purposes. And this planet Earth is really like it's like an open market for certain extraterrestrials. They come here for different purposes. They come here to experiment on human beings. Like, human beings don't like to hear the fact that they're being experimented or they abducted to be used for breeding purposes or maybe just for food. You are part of the food chain to some of these reptilians. These reptilians that is grass-like reptilians, 9 to 12 feet tall. Different other reptilians are Andromeda reptilians. Reptilians that reside in the waters, have different cities even in the planet Earth. Do you know about the mermaid story that you see in cartoons? They show you pictures of mermaids. Well, that was real. Is real. Still is real. What say you? Again, I'm giving you a fantasy. What do Mr. Greatness know? And different reptilians come here for different purposes. And you are just food or used as a lab rat or used to mix their seed to make a hybrid. That's why a lot of humans, you have different human beings walking around the earth that look like reptilians. Haven't you noticed? Have either look reptilian-like or have a reptilian vibe. Super aggressive. See, we all is mixed in with aliens, so we have different natures. But you have people that are reptilian-like. They meat eaters, very carnivorous. They even eat raw meat, no problem. The dinosaurs, just like they existed. They are reptilian species. Again, I don't want to get too heavy because you just be like, what the heck, Mr. Greatness, you're saying? I can't get down with it. So what they going to do for me? How are they going to pay my light bill, Mr. Greatness? This is not about who paying your light bill. This is just something that, awareness, something I'm taking you Fantasy Island. You don't have to like this show. You don't have to listen to it anymore. I mean, there's certain individuals that might be curious about what I'm saying and where I get this information from, and this is a lie, Mr. Greatness. You a liar. You liar. All right, fine. Like I told you, it's story time. I'm taking you to Fantasy Island here, so it's up to you. You decide if it's real. You finish the story. There's graves. There's different beings of graves that have been mixing in. They have natures where they was once the servants of the Anunnaki before they was released and formed their own nation. But then they was captured by reptilians, controlled by reptilians. Then now, aliens, these graves, found a way to genetically, and they still are trying to release themselves from the shackles of the stranglehold, I should say, of the reptilian nation. Where you get this from, Mr. Greatness? Well, you need to research and Google. Google right now is your best friend. You find anything and everything. If you do enough research, you'll find information that I'm saying to you is out here in books, different authors. But again, you would just say, that's just their story. How do we know they not lying? All right, well, then that's why I said this is a fantasy conversation. So take it as you will. But the Greys, they take beings, they experiment for different purposes. This is a hunting ground, this planet Earth, to snatch up human beings for different purposes. But there's a elite group of extraterrestrials that I told you, like the Anunnaki, that already have their stamp on their children. And their children cannot be touched. These aliens know that. These children from the Anunnaki are protected. This is where you get the 144,000. They have a light about them which aliens can tell that they are off limits. That's why these off-limit children from the Anunnaki gets the evil eye. They gets the evil eye. Why? Why? Because they are the chosen. And these other aliens can see through their aura. You as humans cannot see the aura of yourself. You can't see your aura. But these extraterrestrials have the technology, and their third eye is much more sharper than you, so they can sense, smell, see your aura, and they know who you are. You don't know who you are, but they know who you are. And you are off limits. Because if these extraterrestrials, these reptilians and greys and the likes could snatch you up, they would, but guess what? They're not powerful than the Anunnaki, the elders, the elite. So this is why you protect it. But you can lose your protection, you humans, if you fall off, if you lose your spirit and soul, especially your soul. Not every human being has a soul, but you do. And you can lose it. So be careful. And these aliens is very diabolical. They use a lot of things in the physical form so you can lose your soul by pornography, music, bad food, not taking care of yourself, not being spiritual. This is how you lose your soul. And once you lose your soul, you now become food for the gods. You are now on the market to be snatched up, and the Anunnaki will let you go. So be careful. Now I know 99% of you that is listening to me now is lost, shaking your head, thinking I am crazy. I'm not, but you're just not on the level that I'm on. And I'm on a basic level, a kindergarten level, but you will not understand this conversation. A person that's a deep thinker is going to think. But 99% of us are not deep thinkers. So you're going to laugh. It's going to be beyond your pay rate of understanding. You're going to look at me like I'm a fool. You're going to probably call me foolish. I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's okay. Because this conversation is only for the few, not the many. And again, I'm taking you to Fantasy Island because I love you. And I know I'm making a little humor to keep you entertained. But if you do your research and stop being more simple-minded, you will have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. and it wouldn't be a fantasy to you. But it is what it is. So you have different beings that come in and out of this earth. Even you heard the story Bigfoot, Shaggies, Yetis that hide in the mountains all throughout the world, and certain people see them. These Bigfoot beings is hunters. They hunt animals, other animals, and a lot of times people that camp a lot in areas of wooden areas. I should say wood areas. That is not, most of the population wouldn't go anyway. This is where these Shaggies, these Bigfoot beings reside. And they have tribes. And they procreate. And if you look in this day and time, you have people of today that is very hairy. They are of the lineage of these Bigfoot beings. And they have the same body odor as these Shaggies. They have the unibrow. They have the DNA of these shaggy beings. All colors. These shaggy beings is hairy from head to toe, literally, covered in fur. And some of you humans have that same DNA. See, you have people with DNA of reptilians, grays, ultra big dark eyes, humongous heads, short in nature. You're a product from this breeding centuries ago. You have people that is from the Anunnaki. Yeah, every human being on this planet Earth belong to some extraterrestrial lineage. But see, we've been brainwashed to be mixing in with each other so heavily, we don't know who we are. We got a little bit of everybody because we've been mixing. This is why the human race is so off. Because we lost our way. And it was purposely done to cause confusion. So you don't know who you really are, especially you chosen ones. You definitely don't know who you are because you've been mixing for centuries. And that was the grand plan, is to cause confusion. Did you know that the devil himself have a father and mother? Did you know there was a war before the devil? He have many names. Halal, Lucifer, we know. He have a list of names. Did you know he had a father and mother? And his father was defeated by the angel Michael. I know, I'm random here. I'm back and forth here. I'm all over the place, I know. Because I'm taking you to a fantasy island. So, the devil have a lineage of reptilian in him as well, due to the fact of his father and mother. The Gilgamesh epics, the Sumerian ancient books that talk about the history of the devil, pre-Bible, pre-Adam and Eve. Well, you could believe it or not, it's up to you. There's many different galaxies, as I told you. But again, it starts here on this planet Earth. The government knows a lot more than obviously you. And they talk about it, they put it even out there in front of you. But guess what? You really, you so caught up in your work and paying your bills, or you caught up in finding out who's sleeping with who on social media and the latest gossip in general. All of this will fly by you. And you don't read anyway. You don't read any books anyway. You humans don't read any books. So it don't really matter. You could put the truth right in front of you. Heck, you can even talk about it on CNN and just laugh while you saying it, and you're not gonna pay attention to it. So it's easy. Again, many of you just sheeps. The elitists know, though. Secret societies know. But again, what do Mr. Greatness know? This is a fantasy. Just stuff that I'm just talking about, to entertain you. To make you feel good. To make you just shake your head. So, aliens are here. Are you going to research? Or are you just going to just say, they not helping me. They ain't doing nothing for me. They don't pay my bills. You see an alien, tell them to pay my electric bill, then we talk. Go to www.nbcnews.com /science/space aliens are breeding humans. There's an article, nbcnews.com /science/space aliens are breeding humans. I mean, they throw certain things out there and then they pull it back and say, it's probably not true. I don't think so. Why is these big time news channels is talking about this? Well, you probably will say it because it's just news, just to pump out fake news. Of course you will say that. But you will never do any research. So it's easy. These aliens is all around you every day. Camouflage, looking like humans, looking like you. But there's always, if you use your third eye, something different about them. Like, for example, a lot of people don't even pay attention to this. I seen this Indian-looking man-woman. I don't know, because this trans gentleman, I believe, he had a mask over his face. But what I really found strange when I seen this person is it's like 0 degrees, let's say 20 degrees outside. And this person is not wearing a coat. Actually wearing shorts in a short sleeve shirt in 20 degrees, just walking. And I've seen this person before part of the neighborhood quite a few times. In the cold weather, walking, no coat, just like dressing like it's summer, literally. And it's windy. And we got snow. And I've seen this person on multiple occasions dressed like that. People mostly ignored it because, you know, they're not paying attention. But I paid attention to this individual that I see time to time, wearing pretty much summer clothes in the snow, and not even batting an eye, shivering. I wonder if this person is from this planet Earth. This person have a mask, so you're not seeing their face. It's a great cover-up because, you know, after COVID, right? And, of course, you could use the excuse don't want to spread germs or receive germs. So this person have a mask on, wear a mask from nose to mouth, of course. But be walking around dressed up in summer clothes. A he, she. Literally, I don't know, but it's just strange. You have to see the person to really understand what I'm talking about, but I'm just painting you a picture. I pay attention to little things. How in the world this person is not even shivering in this 15 degrees and snow? 15 degrees and not snow. And snowing. It's days that was windy, cold. Everyone around is wearing coats. This person, a short sleeve shirt, shorts. Booty shorts at that. Wild. Straight wild. I'm looking at this person. This is crazy. But that's just one example. I think, my mind think 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional. I try to anyway. I don't take it as this is a normal person. But again, it will be overlooked. People just look real quick, but they not going to pay attention. Aliens are here. You got some that look like straight, all like reptilians. I'll just say that. Straight grasshopper-like. Looking funny. A lot of these aliens look like they don't belong in this ecosystem on this planet Earth. They just here, but they don't really belong. They're still off. Their nature is off. Their look is a little off. That's because they bred with you. And they keep on breeding with you. They keep on duplicating you like a mixtape. So you gotta be careful who you procreating with. This is why a lot of us humans looking crazy, straight crazy. They look odd. They look like they don't belong in this planet Earth. Because the thing about it is, they're not from this planet Earth. And there's movies that really tell you about it, but we just take it as movies, of course. Will Smith movie right there. Men in Black. Part 1, 2, and 3. There's so many different movies that just made out to be entertaining. But a lot of the cesspool of aliens are in the cities. Because you could be among the people and people won't even notice. You'll stand out. You will stand out more in the smaller towns than in the big cities. But the way humans are so brainwashed, it doesn't matter no more. Because we just take them as being off or crazy. Different aliens stay in a different dimension. Otherwise, they're invisible. There's multiple dimensions out here. See, we as humans just look at person, places, or things. Physical. We only see things physical. But if we have an understanding that things is also spiritual and everything around us vibrates, that's the first step of understanding life. Even a rock vibrates at a low density. Scientists tell you that. But we only see a rock on the ground still. But we know it has movement. Scientists know. But we just look at it as it being still. Everything around us vibrates. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including you. When you sleep, you're still vibrating at a low density. Your cells is the example. You can't see your cells, but your cells vibrate. The atoms in your body vibrate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get on your knees and thank your supreme being for that. But you won't, because most of you are heathens and don't believe in the supreme being that created you. That's a whole different story. But again, what do Mr. Greatness know? Aliens are here. Always been. Always will. Been here since the beginning of time. And will be here even after you are gone. Because this is a big, big universe. Galaxies. Black holes. Aliens is time traveling. They're coming in and out of your galaxy every day. Looking to hunt. Looking to take the natural resources and take it back home. You are very interesting to these extraterrestrials on many different fronts. These reptilians like your adrenaline. Many of these extraterrestrials like your adrenaline. Your adrenaline is power. Your adrenaline can move a car, can pick up a car. It's when you frightened, your adrenaline is at its highest state. And when you frightened, you could turn around and you could be 4 foot nothing and push and knock out a 7-foot person because your adrenaline. That makes you a superman or woman at that instincts because of your adrenaline. And if you can, and there's a rush for these reptilians and greys to get your adrenaline, because that gives them power and strength. Again, what do Mr. Greatness know when I'm saying this fantasy island crap? So, if you don't research, you will never know who you really are and the powers that you really have that these extraterrestrials know, but they're not going to tell you, of course. Because their job, they're looking at you to conquer you, to dominate you, to make this planet a slave planet. It's a battle between different reptilians to conquer this planet. And they deal with elite humans in government to what? To make negotiations, but they really trying to, they just give these elitists a certain little power, but they have agenda too, these aliens. And so, and the people in government and the shadow government, they know that. But again, this is fantasy talk. What do I know? I don't know. I mean, what do I know? But this information is really, strangely enough, is out there. Now, on the flip side, if I come up missing, all of a sudden lightning strikes me, or I'm blackmailed. All of a sudden, you know, if I'm tripping over myself and then I pass away eating some chicken, choking on something, on some food mysteriously, or all of a sudden somebody grab up my body and I hung myself or made to be crazy, you know, because of this show, you know. You know, because I remember it was a show, this guy in the 60s, the Twilight Zone, the host of that. And he used to bring all of these Twilight Zones. He was a throwback. If you watch on YouTube some of the Twilight Zone shows, and you go, and he used to talk a lot of deep stuff, interesting stuff, and put it in the story. And I believe he died, strange death. And it was a story about him. I forgot his name. Rod Sterling, I think. Rod Sterling. And he was the creator of the old Twilight Zone in the 60s. And he used to bring up all different types of stories, some that I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, he died a strange death. I forgot about it, but you can look that up. So people, you know, that come up with cures to certain things and talk about certain things, they come up missing, or they get that famous knock on the door, or they be watched. I'm just saying. But this is a fantasy, right? What Mr. Greatness knows. This is not. I'm taking you in the fantasy island, Twilight Zone type of thing. So what do Mr. Greatness know, right? I don't know anything. So you could just classify this show as comedy. Comedy. So powers that be will say, yeah, this guy, man, just a crackpot. He's crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. You know, look, he got, and then they will give me they will prepare a nice big scandal for me and use the people of my past against me. You know, because this show will go on to the test of time. So if it really blows up, you know, with so many listeners, what do he know? This guy, he had this about him. He didn't do that about him. They'll use people against me, or all the people in the past. Look, he's a degenerate. He talks like he's something, but he's a degenerate. Look at him. Listen to him. He don't make no sense. Why? How could a guy make sense? Look at his background. Look at the things that he had done. This is the game. And then they'll will a whole bunch of people in my past, and then they pay him off, or don't pay him off, because people would do it for free because they haters, and they would say, what he know? He don't know anything. He's been doing this, and he's been a degenerate. Look at him. And then get the masses to think I'm just some type of bad guy, and then that'd be one of my warning shots to keep quiet. Got it. Understand. This is the game. But anyway, Fantasy Island for you. My gift from me to you. Because I love you. Thank you for listening.